Good afternoon, folks. We are back. I am back. Hope all is well. Thanks everybody for joining and jumping on so far that we have going on here. We've got Ruth and myself here. We have staff in the background doing some recording and doing some streaming and live setups for us as well also. And for those that know us, welcome back. For those that are new to us and CTproperties, Keller Williams Realty, love to welcome you to us as well also. I'm Sam Ratner. Ruth Ratner, my wife, partner, business owner that we have here as well. Also, we are go into a little introduction a little bit, but we just want to say thank you for coming on board and being part of it. And we know that the costly mistakes are some big issues that Ruth and I talk about on a regular basis, both on the buying side and the selling side. So just want to jump in. We are going to have chat open. So if you have any questions, certainly feel free to throw them on out there for us as well. Also, we're also going to open up registration. So if you do want to book a one-on-one appointment for us to come on out to have a kitchen table conversation, strategy, framework, what's in your interest, what are you thinking, questions that you have, some more personalized instead of what we're going to cover here. Pierre, our marketing manager, she'll be putting that up in chat throughout the time that we're going to be here. It'll probably be about 25 minutes or so is really what we have it timed down to. So I'm not going to waste a lot of people's time for an hour, hour and a half kind of thing. So it'll be short and sweet. And any questions, feel free, post it in the chat and we will make sure to get to them. And also, if you want to sign up, I see Pierre just dropped our strategy session bookings in there for us. That will be up there the whole time. Feel free to book them through. But let me just jump right on in while additional people keep on coming in. We know that many people believe real estate market's confusing right now, and it certainly absolutely is. It's not just now, it always is. That's just simply because the headlines are wrong most of the time. What a lot of folks are looking at is national headlines. And it's not about the national headlines because we don't have a national average weather. You watch the Weather Channel, there is no, what's the national average weather today? We know we have California, Vegas, Florida, Phoenix, Connecticut, Alaska, wherever the case may be. It's different, and we have to look at macro what's going on. And that's exactly why people make very expensive mistakes when buying or selling. In the last few years, we've watched sellers lose tens of thousands of dollars because they followed bad advice. And what Ruth and I did is we recrafted our strategy and our framework to build the best for you as our buyers and our sellers. And we actually have a program. Your traditional realtor, I'll talk about it a little bit as well also, does what I like to call the three Ps, and I'll go into that for us. And a lot of that bad advice is sometimes because our sellers and buyers, they're talking to a friend, a family member, somebody that they happen to work with, somebody that may have sold a property or two or three, or maybe they flipped a couple of homes, and they look to them as an expert. Ruth and I have done this over 2,000 times, nearly 3,000 times. Do you think that that makes that expert advice a little bit better? Excuse me, than that person that you may be getting advice from that's done it one or three or four times? Some of the bad advice is about overpricing, waiting too long, launching the property the wrong way. Today, we're going to show you 10 mistakes we see the most, and more importantly, how smart homeowners get to avoid them. If you're planning on buying or selling, this may save you a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of stress. I gave a little quick intro before about Ruth and I, but thanks again. I'm Sam, CEO, CTproperties here at Keller Williams Realty. I serve our staff and more importantly, our sellers when it comes time to list the property. Ruth, my wife and partner, she is the founder of CTproperties here, and we own and operate a top 1% real estate team here in Connecticut and across the states as well when it comes to our production. We're licensed here in Connecticut and in Florida. And we have our teammates in every town across the country to help support you, whether you're moving from another state to here or whether you're moving from here to another state. And with Keller Williams Realty being the nation's largest real estate company, We're in about 53 or 57 different countries right now. We know you have choices when it comes to real estate, and we look to have a conversation with you. The average realtor, believe it or not, they only sell 6 homes a year. We typically sell 60 to 80 homes a year, just to talk about that a little bit. We don't say it to impress you, just rather to impress upon you. We know what it takes to be your expert negotiator. We know when you buy or sell a home, you're left with two things. When you're selling, you're left with the equity in your home and your customer experience. When you're buying, you're left with a new home and your customer experience. We strive to provide a stress-free and quality customer service experience for you and your family. Let's jump right into it for us here. The market has changed. The market is always changing. The market will always change. It doesn't matter if it's a real estate market, it doesn't matter if it's a stock market. You can never time it. What we will know is when we've missed it, and many decisions are based on outdated advice, national headlines, emotion instead of solid strategy. That's what we're going to dive into a lot of right now. The real estate market, real estate mistakes are expensive. Errors like overpricing, weak offer strategy, poor marketing, bad timing, it costs everyone a lot of money. Somewhere between that 5, 10, 15, $20,000, upwards of that 50 and 80 and $100,000. It costs you lost homes. It costs longer time on the market for the sellers that stay on the market at the wrong price because a seller may have had a need, desire, or belief of what a home should be selling for. Let's jump in just real briefly for a moment. I want to go over what's going on in the market. This is national information. This comes from our national sales convention that Ruth and I attend every year and have for over the last 20 years. This is national information. Right now, we're looking back at home sales back to the 90s. This is number of home sales. That orange line that you see in that 4.3, that's in millions. So the last couple of years, we've been flat since we came out of COVID. And it was up during COVID at that $6 million home mark. We've since fallen down to 4 million. Why? A lot of it is lack of inventory. And then we also have a lack of a shift in the market. And I'm going to talk about that shift, about what's happening here in Connecticut, because that's where we live and breathe. That's on this call for the most part. And I'm going to talk about what's going on in other parts of the country, because Ruth and I do have a business coach. We meet with our business coach every single Tuesday from 1:30 to 2, and have done that for over 20 years as well also. Why do we do that? Why do we spend a lot of money on that? To be better for you as our clients and know what's happening around the country for you as well. What's going on? Home prices. I bought my first home in 87. A lot of folks have bought homes all throughout the course of the years. My first home, when I bought, everybody's saying, "Oh my gosh, you're buying a home. It's so expensive." Well, it was $85,000 at that time when I bought my home. This tracks back to 90. People bought it in 96, and their friends and family said, "Oh my gosh, why are you buying a home that's so expensive?" That blue line that you see, that's the expected 4% long-term trend appreciation that the economy expects. You see, during the '08, we had that economic crash. It took some time for it to come back up. So those people that bought during that early 2000s sellers market, that people are paying right now a lot of money. Well, people thought that back then as well also. Well, look what happened to those people that bought, didn't need to sell, weren't looking to sell, and still own those homes today. They bought it for 200. Now those homes are worth about 400. Pretty good equity return on it. A little bit of what's going on right now with inventory goes back to that picture again. This is months of inventory. The purple line that you see at the very end, when we have 4 months or less, we talk about being in a seller's market. When we have 6 months or more, we talk about being in a buyer's market, meaning that the buyers have more leverage. When it's a seller's market, the sellers have more leverage, there's less inventory. That's where we're sitting right now versus what happened during the seller's market and then the crash of '08 to that 11-12 period. There was a lot of inventory. Homes were taking a long time to sell. Mortgage rates, I want to chat about that for a moment because this is really important for us. They're sitting right where they belong. They belong about this 5 or 6 or so. It's what a healthy economy is. Just want to bring that up for everybody. For the folks that we have, and I have these conversations with our sellers almost every day of the week, every week of the month. I'm not going to sell. I have a 2.38% interest rate. I'm getting, excuse the term, I'm getting screwed because my interest rate is 2.3. Now they want me to get a mortgage for 6 and 7% or 5%. Nobody wants you to do something that you don't want to do. However, the conversation that I want to have with you right now is if you have an interest rate at that low 2 and 3%, it means that your home was probably valued at that time. The average sale price was maybe 250, $300,000. That average sale price that has now appreciated to that 500 and 600,000 and somewhat more for depending upon the home, that's built that equity for you tremendously. So that mortgage payment that you're making right now at a 2.38%, think of what that could look like if you took your equity out of your home today. If you have a need or want a desire, you want to move, the kids have grown, the house is too big, the house is too small, whatever the case may be, that's your choice for wanting to move, move. Don't let somebody hold you up because of an interest rate. If you took that X hundreds of thousands of dollars of equity that's sitting in your home doing absolutely zero, not collecting interest, not growing in the market, not doing anything for you, if you took that and put it into a new home with a new interest rate and your new monthly payment was hundreds, if not much less than what your interest rate is now, does the interest rate that you're going to get today matter because it's higher than what it is when your monthly payment could be less? Let's talk about what's important, which is really the monthly payments. What's going on? We're just going to jump through this very quickly. This looks back to the 70s. Average agent sales per year. Right now, it's 5.9 expected for this year, 5.4 last year. An average agent of the 1.4, 1.5 million realtors that we have across the country, average realtor sells 5 to 6 homes a year. They should really be working at Walmart. I'm sorry. They just should be. They should be working at Walmart. They should have that little smiley face on. They should be getting insurance and benefits from being there. Because as a realtor, you don't get benefits, you don't get a salary, you don't get anything until there's a house closing. And if you're only closing 5 or 6 homes a year, that's not really the best for you and your family. More importantly, that's not the best for you as a seller or a buyer working with an agent that's selling 5 or 6 homes a year versus somebody like Ruth and I that typically sells 60 to 80 homes a year. Talk about an expert negotiator for you. I want to cycle through. I want to take a look at. I'm giving everybody a snapshot of this is Cheshire. If you live in a different town, we could do this for you for any town. There's a couple of things that really jump out on this for me for the slide for you, though. One of the first parts is that red, that 9%, the number 28, those are homes that this is looking back at Cheshire for the last 12 months. We call it a total market overview. When we come in and sit with you at your kitchen table, we bring this for every marketing appointment, and we want to have a strategy and a conversation with you about what's going on. If a home failed to sell in this last 12 months, there's only one reason, folks. It's price. It means that the seller had a need, want, desire, belief. Somebody gave them bad information, bad advice. Their brother or family member saying, "Oh my God," or the neighbor saying, "Oh my gosh, you are crazy for putting your house on the market for that price. It should be this price." Your realtor doesn't know what they're talking about. House is only not selling because you put it at the wrong price. Not selling at all, buyers walked away. You missed the price, you missed the sale, period. Really short answer. With our strategy, with our framework, I'll give you a great example. We brought a home on the market last Tuesday. Typically, we would come on a Friday for a coming soon. It's some of the strategy I'll go through on that. We brought it on Tuesday. We had a public launch on Friday for 1 hour window. It's what the seller had us available for, unfortunately. During that 1 hour, we had 15 folks come through. We were scheduled to do an open house on Saturday. We priced it correctly by having great conversation with the sellers, with a strategy and a framework to attract buyers, to make more offers, and to minimize the negative effect of time on the market. What do I mean by that? The offers came in, the sellers were extremely excited with the offer. It came in tens of thousands of dollars over the strategy of what we call a starting price that we use, not a list price. It shut down the open house for the following day. Were people upset that they couldn't get in the next day? They were. Unfortunately, that's what's happening in this market when it's priced correctly with a great strategy and a framework. You want to find out how we're doing it? Again, here's the link right in chat. Make sure to click on it. We'll get on your calendar. We'll pick up the phone. We'll give you a call. Here's a really quick piece for you. And there was a great piece in an Inman article that just came out today in the news that I was reading through. This is going back to 2003. This is a buyer in their home search. Right now, buyers for the last 4 years or so have been taking about 10 weeks for their home search. What does that mean? It means that you guys are sitting on the couch, husband, wife, partner, whatever the case may be, single person thinking about it with their friends, with their family, thinking about it. Great. Let me start searching. Let me go start looking around. Let me start doing this. Let me start talking to a mortgage broker. Let me talk to my friend. Let me talk to my boss. Let me talk to my, do you think I can afford a house? And they're doing what I call mental masturbation over what's happening with all of that. Reality is it just takes time for all of us to make that decision. Do I want to get out of renting? Do I want to own a house? Do I want to sell this condo and get into a house because maybe life is changing for me? There's a lot of different reasons. So that 10-week window is very typical. What I can tell you though is once our buyers connect with Ruth on the buying side, that really becomes about many times a week because they've already spent that 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks doing all of this thinking and analysis, and then finally connect with us on the realtor side. Say, all right, I raised my hand, I'm ready to go look. There's so little inventory that if you're getting ready to get ready, you may still be doing that for a year, 2 years, or 3 years. And yes, we do have some clients that are doing that because the perfect home didn't come along for them. What I want to share with you is don't worry about getting into the perfect home. If this is your first home, it's not going to be your forever home. You may think it's going to be your forever home. What I can guarantee you is more than likely, 90% probability, you will be selling that in the short near future. The family starts growing, you change your job, you're making more money, you're getting less money, whatever. Life happens, things change. Don't look for that perfect home. Know that you can get in, make adjustments, make changes. Let's get into it. A seller strategy framework is a 5-step seller process to maximize your sale. It moves you from preparation and strategic pricing to strong marketing launch, creating buyer competition, and finally, a negotiation leverage. We want to have multiple buyers giving you multiple offers, not one buyer that you're waiting for weeks and months to give you an offer. Now you have to negotiate it yourself. We don't do it that way. Mistake number one is falling for the perfect market trap. No one can time the market. I spoke about this a little bit earlier about this real estate market, the stock market. Some clients focus instead of on a strong strategy and framework for their sale versus thinking, oh, I'm going to time the market. Look, this is what's going on with this in the world. I'm going to wait for that to happen. Oh, there's an election coming up. The world's going to be crazy. You know what, guys? Homes sell every day, every week, every month of the year. We, Ruth and I, have closings typically every Christmas, Thanksgiving, and New Year's Eve. The time's ready when you're ready. Mistake number two is overpricing your home. This is the biggest seller mistake. Overpricing leads to a fewer showings, longer time on the market, price reductions, and a lower final sale price. Mistake number three, ignoring the launch window. This is huge. The first 7 days are critical. I just told you about our experience last week, and we list most weeks exactly that same way. They're critical for success. As soon as this is when most buyers see the property. Excitement peaks and intense competition forms. Mistake number four is poor preparation. This is going to be a big one I'm going to share with you. Some people are going to say, oh my gosh, I don't want to do that. Homes that skip the preparation, photograph poorly, feel smaller, and attract weaker offers. Take a look at this. Take a look at the pictures. Pictures on the left, the before, are the exact same room and house as the pictures on the right. If you were the buyer walking in to see this place, which one would you be excited about? And would you pay more for the after than the before? It's a real world example of power of preparation. Notice the significant difference between the before and after photos, showcasing the impact of staging and tidying. We have a great stager on our team. We believe in staging so much that we pay for the consultation. You pay for her services if you choose to use her. It's a minimal number at the end of the day. And what we do know is it helps get you more money and get the home sold in shorter order. Mistake number 5 is weak marketing. Many listings only rely on the MLS and a sign. Modern marketing requires digital campaigns, targeted ads, video, and exposure to thousands of buyers to create competition to increase the sale price. Make sure you're connecting with us. We can go through a lot of all of this that we do. We have digital drone photographer pilots on our team, floor plans, everything that's required to excite the buyer when they're looking at it. It's not a flat, let's take out your traditional realtor. They'll take their phone and they'll walk around and you'll even see them in the bathroom mirror holding their phone, taking a picture. That's a disgrace. If you have a realtor doing that, you should kick their butt the heck out the door and go hire somebody that's professional for you because you know what? You're paying that realtor the same as you would pay somebody such as Ruth and I. Mistake number 6 is buyers searching the wrong way. This is what I spoke about a little bit earlier. This is about the 3 Ps. The best homes aren't found first on Zillow. Winning buyers rely on agent networks, multiple listing service alerts, and early access to secure their dream home. What do I mean by that? Ruth and I are regularly on our phones with our fellow top 1 to 5% realtors throughout the area, exchanging phone calls. Hey, what do you have coming on the market? This is what we have coming on the market. Do you have a buyer? Do you have a seller? And we're having those conversations many times before they even hit the MLS. Your traditional realtor for the sellers will do what we like to call the 3 Ps. They'll put the sign in the ground, they'll put on the MLS, and they'll pray like heck that it sells. It's not a strategy, it's not a framework. Let's connect. Mistake number 7 is writing weak offers. This is really where Ruth excels tremendously. Rarely does a deal get written on paper that Ruth doesn't get to put together for our buyers. And one thing that we can guarantee you is that I don't care what the market is, I don't care how high the prices are, how low the prices are, we guarantee you'll never overpay for a home that you're not comfortable paying for. It's going to be a number that you're comfortable with. Price is not the only factor. Winning offers focus strategically on terms, timing, structure to appeal to the sellers. Does the seller need a rent back? What's going on with the seller? We talk to the agent. We understand what's going on in the seller's mind. That's how we make deals put together. And there's many times, more than not, that a listing agent will have their seller accept an offer from Ruth. Why? Because they know when they work with us, they're working with a professional that's going to work to get it through to the finish. It's not about us and getting it to the finish. It's about you as our client, whether you're the seller or the buyer. It's about you and your transaction. If you're in a deal and you want to get out of it, you let us know. It's not about us and money. It's about you and your family. Mistake number 8 is not understanding financing. Don't let the myths hold you back. We have a lot of folks. I'm going to rent with my parents because I want to save more money. I can't buy right now because I need to wait another year to save more money. Many buyers assume they need this 20% down or they can't qualify. The reality is many programs allow for 3 to 10% down. There's states across the program that Ruth works with our great mortgage brokers. It's called the Time to Own program. The state actually has funds for you for down payment money. In case you didn't know that, give us a call. We'll help you with that. Mistake 9 is not planning the move. Sellers often delay because they don't know where they will go. Solutions that we have for you is rent back agreements I was speaking about a moment ago, contingent purchases, bridge strategies, or a cash to keys program We have a twist on that. Well, not we, but our mortgage broker. It's actually called Buy Before You Sell. It's a great program that allows us to be able to go through it and talk about it. Mistake number 10 is trying to do it alone. Without a strategy, buyers overpay and sellers underperform. A structured approach is critical to the success of today's market. It's a maze out there, guys. If you're not working with a top producing realtor, it can get very confusing. Getting down to the very end here, I see that we're coming up on almost our 30 minutes. A seller strategy system helps avoid these mistakes with a structured approach. It includes market analysis, preparation plan, strategic pricing, market launch, and negotiation strategy. There's a lot more that goes on and that happens with it. So make sure you're connecting with us. I want to discuss this real quickly for you because the graph is the cost of overpricing. An overpriced home sees high initial interest, quickly dropping with prices, leading to price reductions, a stale listing, and eventually selling below its true value. And you, as the seller, asking, when am I getting that one offer versus why didn't I have multiple offers? Where are buyers and sellers coming from? So I have a chat coming in from the audience talking about that. Thank you. Where are our buyers and sellers coming from? Buyers right now, so this is looking at Connecticut. What's going on? Our buyers are coming right now from New York, Mass, Florida, and Rhode Island for that top 70+% of the people. We also look at where the sellers moving to. The sellers are moving to Florida, Mass, and North Carolina. Why is all of that important? Because we have our buyers and our sellers that are right sizing, downsizing, getting married, getting out of college, moving out of mom and dad's house. The house is too big. They need a ranch. They want a condo. They need something different. They don't want to be in state anymore for different reasons that everybody decides. We can help you relocate no matter where that is across the country. Same as we help our folks that are coming from out of state to move here. Let's talk about the market. We have about another 2 slides left, really one. Understanding the current market reality, market is really crucial. I spoke earlier, we define the seller's market as 4 months of inventory or less, and the buyer's market as 6 months or more. In New Haven, Middlesex, and Hartford counties, our central Connecticut area, homes that are priced under that $700,000 are in a seller's market, while condos are over that 1 million mark. They're currently in that buyer's market. There's very little that's in a buyer's market right now. Going back to a couple of slides back, in Cheshire, for instance, right now, there's 19 homes available for sale. A piece that I didn't touch on is when I talk about the sellers and the buyer's market. In Connecticut, single family and condos, there's about 1,400 homes for sale in all of the state. Did you know that in Broward County, Florida? It's a county in Florida, small county, large county at the same time, in a huge state. There's 10,000 properties for sale in just that one county. In Connecticut, we have 1,400. In Cheshire, there's 19. If I take out the new construction, there's about 12 to 13 homes that are available for sale right now. Any given price range, there's one or two. Let's have a great conversation around that. Your lender can offer various mortgage options to help us. They include programs for affordability. We spoke about that a little bit earlier, qualifying for a manageable payment. Some of our mortgage companies actually allow you to make payments and have family members make payments, not as a gift, but into like a wedding fund that can help you with down payment money that way. Bet you some of them didn't even know that. Where are we? If you're curious about what your home might sell for, the seller strategy session is a great way to find out. It includes a custom home value analysis, a defined pricing strategy, a launch marketing support, and a buyer demand report. We're at the end. Are there any questions that may come up? I'm There was some that came up in the chat that came to me privately as well. Also, let me take a look because I received some this way as well. Also, that's great. So some of the comments that came into me, active adult communities, downsizing. There's a lot of that going on right now. Baby boomers. There's a lot of folks, and when we're sitting with folks, when we're sitting with our clients, let me take us off of this because I'm done with the sharing piece of it. And I'm just going to drop myself in here so I can give you, I should be spotlighted. So hopefully Pia can spotlight me if I'm not. Let me slide over here. This way I'm looking directly at you. There we go. Thank you. Um, we have folks that we meet, like the folks last week that we just spoke about. We met with them on a Friday. We had the photographer in on Monday. It went live on Tuesday. Had our first launch on Friday. It was in contract by Saturday. Some folks are ready like that. Not everybody is. Probably 95% of the listing agreements that I sit in folks' homes and write with you, this quick, simple 4-page contract, and then we do all the paperwork later on down the road. Most people are ready somewhere between 2, 3, 4 weeks and months, upwards of 1, 2, and 3 years. We've worked with folks that haven't been ready for 2, 3, 4, and 5 years, believe it or not. We're working with folks right now that came to us about a year ago or so. It's different for everybody. It's not about us. It's not about the timing for us. It's not Sam, when should I put the house on the market? I tell you flat out, you put the house on the market when you're ready. The house will sell for the most money possible at that time. Don't worry about it. The big part is a lot of our sellers are very nervous because there's 55 and plus or 40s and plus. How do I juggle this sell and buy and coordinate all of it in this market? Because in this market, there's 4 types of buyers: a cash buyer, somebody's putting down 20% financing, somebody that's putting down 3 to 5% for financing, FHA mortgage or state funding, and somebody has to get their home sold, number 4. Well, prior to COVID, number 4 was okay. You could have a contingency that says, I have to get my home sold to be able to buy yours, because homes are taking a long time because we weren't using today's strategy and framework that we use. Today, we've got a couple of great mortgage brokers that can get you into this buy now, sell later program, give you the cash, and write a contract so that you could be a cash buyer, buy a new home, then have a period of time to get your home sold. When that home sells, that money refills your purchase, whether you have no mortgage on that or not, because it pays it off. Your choice. There's options. I want people to know about it. Ruth wants people to know about that when we're taking our buyers out. Any pipe in, Ruth? Anything that you'd like to
Good
add to it?
job. Good job. I'd like to say you may have heard of the 80/20 rule. Well, in real estate, it's 95/5. It's 5% of the realtors out there are doing 95% of the business. So who you choose to work with matters. And we're not afraid. We're confident in who we are, what we are as a business. And Sam and I are your leads. We are your folks. We have staff that handles all our admin work. So we are big enough, like any big law firm could be, and we're small enough to make this very personal, because that is what it is. It's your personal home, and we're here to have that relationship with you where it's all about you and your timing and making sure that this is stress-free and your clients for life. So it's a little bit what I could say.
I will open it up since we have another moment or two here before we finish. We've got about another 3 minutes before we finish. Are there any questions anybody wants to come on live with? You're welcome to. If not, we have everybody that's been on here, and we will certainly reach out and connect with you as well.
And we're recording this, so we can always send it to you in case you wanted to share it with a spouse or a family member or a friend. And we will be continuing to market it like on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube.
Exactly. We will. Pia will get you out. Pia is our marketing manager. Works in the back around here that's taking care of all of this for us, and she will get you out a replay of the recording as well, also. And we will be looking to do these about every 5 weeks going forward as well, also. So if there's anybody that you know that's thinking about buying, selling, or investing in real estate, wants to find out about wealth building through real estate and passive income building, give us a call with their name and number. Ask them if it's all right if you call us with their name and number. We'll make sure to reach out to them because what we do know is most people won't call us that don't know us personally or haven't connected with us that way. Thanks, folks. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of the afternoon.